Well, let's talk a little bit more about the club itself. So, um, either one of you guys jump in and tell us a little bit about the origins of the club. So, where did this come from?
Basically, last semester, it started with me and a couple other people thinking we got interested in consulting, and there's very little visibility on what consulting is, and we happened to run into a couple of people who were actually doing consulting at the time. So from there, it was.
And these were recent graduates, or?
Yes, these were recent graduates.
Okay.
So from there, it was kind of a couple different things. Like one, what we started off as wanting to do consulting engagements for nonprofits. And as Joe's going to touch on a little bit, that is part of what we do at TUCC. But we quickly realized like the biggest roadblock we're going to have is people aren't really going to know what consulting is. So that's probably the first thing that's going to have to happen. And as we started to talk to more and more undergraduate consulting clubs in the SEC and more broadly around the country, we started to realize that was kind of their understanding as well, was that they started off as an undergraduate consulting club to gain visibility and to really start a consulting culture. And then from there, then they saw spinoffs of people actually doing consulting work in college. So that's kind of the route we decided to take. We're kind of behind the ball when it comes to consulting. So there's no need to do something completely new. It's probably more efficient to just kind of copy what other schools are doing, mm-hmm. and especially when they have a proven track record of working. So we started up the club. We did a really good job at getting a really strong executive team. Mm-hmm. Everyone there is really driven, and moreover cares a lot about consulting and the University of Tennessee in general, which I think is going to be the big pusher.
So now I guess you're kind of going public with it, and you're going for members, and so you've got kind of an agenda for the next semester or the next year or so. So Joe, what types of things can students expect from the club going forward the next year or so?
Yeah, so we've got three main focuses. There's educating the club on what is consulting, how to break in, what's kind of expected in the industry, getting engagement, so sticking with the original mission, getting involved in the community, helping out with nonprofits or hospitals, and really just getting your feet wet in the world of consulting. Then also we want to get people networking opportunities, so get them opportunities to get in front of firms, to really talk, listen to presentations by firms. That's something we're actively working on right now, is bringing firms to campus. Accounting has Meet the Firms. A lot of the career fair is supply chain driven. So we're focused on just really bringing these companies to our campus and getting members in front of them. So yeah, those are kind of our three main focuses, at least for the next year, and we hope to stick to that.
Right. So, well, I know that hopefully there will be several interested students who watch this. So, what specifically do students need to do to first of all learn more, and then I guess ultimately join the club?
Yeah. So we are planning on having kind of a booth in Haslam sometime in the fall, and so we would love for you guys to just come up and, at the very least, talk to us, try and get a grasp on, what is it that we're about. And then outside of that, we're always around Haslam. And not just me and Peyton, we have an entire exec board that is always willing to just talk about consulting, TUCC, Haslam, internships, whatever. And then we also, we're going to give you a Google Forms for just kind of an interest form. And from that form, we're going to pull names and email a bunch of people about an interest meeting where we can go more in depth on kind of, this is our plan for the year.
Wonderful. Yeah, I hope you don't mind if I plug a few more things. So obviously,
go for it, man.
Thank you. So obviously we love talking to people, especially about consulting. It's kind of hard. It was kind of hard to like narrow this down to 30 minutes because we like talking about it so much. So definitely feel free to reach out to us. LinkedIn, Tennessee Undergraduate Consulting Club is LinkedIn. So follow us on there. You can reach out on there too. Additionally, there's a couple other resources that are like involved in the consulting community. One of those is the international case competition team. It was like what really cemented that consulting was for me. We do cases, we travel internationally, representing Haslam, compete against a bunch of other schools, and doing consulting type work, strategy type work on a high level for under a lot of constraints. It's really intense, but it's a lot of fun. So if you're interested in that, additionally, you can reach out through that. I'm sure if you talk to anyone within the consulting club at UT, they'll have some way to connect you with that as well.
All right. Well, Ian, thanks, and great work, guys, and we'll see you around.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care.